Now, let's get down to business. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me. We got about 1,300 people. Let's go. Donald Trump is broke. The New York Times released his taxes, or at least a summary of his taxes. I'll pull that up on the screen. And it tells us that he is nothing like what he's been trying to describe himself as being. A lot of people try to portray him as this businessman who is able to run America like a business. Now, we knew better than that. I want to start here. I didn't need to see his taxes to know his ass needed to go. Make sure everybody's in bed, right? The taxes are not the deal breaker for me. Everything else has been a deal breaker since day one. But if you see how broke he really is, the president of the United States has conflicts of interest that directly go against his oath of office. So the ways that he's going to make money, the ways that he's making money, and the people that he's indebted to, that really shows you why we are so destabilized as a country. He has really put the American people and the whole American democratic experiment on the line because he's broke. So he's trying to break America. And the reporting from the New York Times was extremely thorough. It really shows one of my favorite, like, this is low hanging fruit, and I'm just kind of stalling to get my wits about me. I'm trying to get in the zone here. But the $70,000 that he spent on his hair in a year, $70,000 that he spent on his hair, on a hairstyle, it just shows the ridiculousness of it. How his golf courses were losing hand over foot, and that he directly benefited from becoming president of the United States. That was the biggest takeaway, where he was in decline in terms of what he was making around 2015. He needed a boost. What did he do? He ran for president. Little did he know that he would be perfect for taking over the Republican Party and actually win. So it was really a business opportunity. The running for president became a business opportunity for him, and it has become one that has devastated the United States of America. 203,000 Americans are dead because of how he handled COVID-19. So when I say I didn't need to see his taxes to know that he needed to go, I mean, there's 203,000 reasons why he should not be president of the United States. I want to get your input on this, so you could chime in on the conversation. Leave me your comments. I could bring them up on the screen. Darlene says that he's a con artist. Absolutely a con artist. All this has shown is that the Republican Party is really stupid. This is from Darth Duck 2001 on Twitch. Thank you for everyone who's watching via Twitch, wherever you're watching, YouTube, Facebook. Thank you for hanging out with me. But I put out an extensive video. It's about a 7-minute video summary of the New York Times piece. The New York Times piece is thorough. Let me just start there. It is ridiculously thorough, and they go through some key takeaways of what makes this so detrimental to the American people. It's detrimental to the American people because Donald Trump is for sale, right? Let's just start there. Donald Trump is for sale. He owes $100 million on the Trump Tower and has not paid a dime on the principal. He has not paid a dime on the principal of the Trump Tower mortgage loan that he has. And it's coming due in 2022. In 2 years. So if Donald Trump is acting a complete sociopathic moron, it's because he understands that in 2 years, he has to come up with the $100 million that he has not paid a dime on for. Now, I'm sure he's going to take there'll be some kind of financial instrument to help him, even if he goes bankrupt again for the 5th time, right? So it's not as though, people like this ever are held accountable, really. But what it is that it just shows you that if he's trying to come up and get ahead, he's coming up and getting ahead at the expense of the American people. He has not paid a dime on that $100 million that he owes on the Trump Tower. And so here he is gallivanting around the country at the American taxpayers' expense, pretending as if he is the quintessential billionaire, when in actuality, he's broke. He's not only owing he not only owes $100 million on the Trump Tower, but he also potentially owes the federal government, taxpayers, the IRS, $100 million when you add in all of the fees and interest that would be charged on the $72.9 million audit that's happening right now. So this is why he's been hiding it. He's been hiding it because he knew that if that ever came out, it would really show how dangerous it is for him to be president of the United States right now. It is extremely dangerous for this man to be president of the United States because he is in debt. The other thing that the New York Times piece showed, and I'm just kind of finagling it a little bit and getting it up on my screen. But the other thing that it showed was that he has taken more money from lobbyists and foreign interests than previously disclosed. So he is not only in debt, but he's also taking money from foreign interests. So I just want people to understand, like, most of us listening, we understand basic kind of debt, right? You owe your car loan, you owe maybe if you're lucky, you owe a mortgage. Most of us own student loans, and you understand how that debt controls you. So don't let Republicans spin their way out of this. Debt controls you. What they try to do, and this is the lie they always try to perpetrate, is that debt is good if you're a rich person. Like if you're a capitalist and you're a rich person, then debt is good. But whenever they look at your debt, my debt, you know what I mean? You end up paying 18% interest to get a credit card because your debt is so bad. Debt controls you. So what do you think $200 million in debt is going to do to Donald Trump? Do you think this man won't sell America out? Do you really think that this man would not sell America out just to cover his debt? Of course he would. Because not only does debt control you, but his megalomania controls him. His sociopathy controls him. He is sadistic. He is more concerned with his image. Now, he's pissed off tonight. You know this man is pissed off. He's probably fired some people, if not sent some people, disappeared some people. He is pissed off because the most important thing to Donald Trump is his image. The irony is, of course, his image to the rest of the world, anybody with eyes can see that Donald Trump is a moron. And Donald Trump is not what he tries to portray himself as, right? So now that this has come out, of course he's going to be infuriated, which is going to make him even more dangerous. Let me take a couple seconds and get your comments out. Let's say we're financing a cult leader to destroy the country over on Twitch. Absolutely. And I really wanted to talk tonight about the Supreme Court pick and the dangers of religious zealotry. And I could talk about that from my perspective because I grew up in the church. I'm still religious. I'm still faith, a person of faith, right? So people say, oh, you can't talk about religion. That's a damn lie. We absolutely can and should talk about religion in terms of how it affects their politics. But I bring that up in context of Donald Trump because Donald Trump is fomenting a cult-like environment, and his followers are dedicated to him as if he was a cult leader. And when you put that on top of the fact that he's picking somebody for the Supreme Court who's going to bring in the very worst of theocratic fascism, then yeah, 1 + 1 is disaster for us in that regard.